All right, so here we have my daughter's 92 F-150. Pretty good truck. This is her first truck. Let's see if I can back up here. She uses this, she's in college, and she uses this, going to school, going to work, nothing special. And she rides horses. So the truck comes in handy. She helps out at the farm. But here's the story. So she had a chrome bumper on this, and she hit a deer right after I put all these headlights in. If you know these plastic headlights, they start turning yellow, and you could sand them down and clean them. They just don't last. So I replaced the headlights, and she wasted the chrome grill, the chrome bumper. So I put on a wooden bumper just to keep it cheap, and we were going to put her horseshoes from her horse on the bumper. Well, she wound up rear-ending a Tesla, and she damaged the radiator, put in a new radiator and new bumper. Well, unbeknownst to me, there was some hidden damages here that I didn't realize. You guys know what this is? So this is her tail shaft, the transmission. She actually broke a transmission mount. Let's see if I can get under here and show you. See right there? See the tail shaft to crack? That's where that bolt was. So, and that mount was cracked, so new transmission mount. And we're gonna just send it, let it ride. It's only a 6-cylinder. I think she'll be all right. But another thing, after this radiator, brand new, see, destroyed. Upon further investigation, this motor mount on the driver's side, see, you can't really see it. See the bolt was destroyed. I'll put that in. Now there wasn't much clearance between that fan clutch and the all right, I pulled that away so you guys can see now. We got much more clearance here. About an inch now. This motor's solid. This baby ain't moving anywhere now. But who knows what hurt. Just remove the plug. Drain all this out. So when working with these transmission lines, coolant lines, anything like that, line wrenches, guys and girls, flip it over and slip it on. Give it a crank. There you go. And the reason it's notched, let you get around the tube. If you just used a regular open end, you stand a chance of damaging that fitting, and then you're in a world of hurt. So right tools, guys and girls, right tools. Okay. All right, we got the transmission lines, cooling lines off. Now another tip I always do is see all these like clamps. That one, there's the coolant hose, and then the coolant hose on the bottom. I don't know if you can see it. Well, anyway, I always try to orient all the clamps and screws where it's easy to disassemble. Not easy to assemble, but easy to disassemble. That way, when you make a mistake like this, you get them off. The other thing, I always leave the radiator attached until you've done all the lines. It just makes it more stable when you're working. So in a 6-cylinder Ford, you're also going to have to remove this air box, the air intake. All right, it's pretty easy. That's just going to give you more room to wiggle this radiator out, because your bottom mount is not going to clear that. So as you can see, all I did was get this connector from there, pull it towards the engine, and then just slide it straight back. You're just sliding it out of the way. It's relatively easy. So there's the carnage to the radiator. That was from the fan clutch, and that's a result of that busted motor mount. I'm sure the transmission mount didn't help. So every time she hit the gas, the torque from the motor would that motor moves, and it was just enough for the fan clutch to catch that radiator. Okay, we're installing the new radiator. Now I do the opposite. So I don't secure it with the bolt shed. I'm going to hook up all the difficult lines, and that just gives me a little wiggle room to get those lines started, you know what I mean? I also went with a single core, so this will give my lead foot daughter plenty of room to torque this engine. Let's see if she can hit that. I mean, I can fit my whole hand down there. Here's another thing, guys and girls. Don't buy the pre-mixed stuff, in my opinion. Buy the concentrate. Why pay for water? It's just when you use the concentrate, make sure you use the distilled water. Like, you got to go to somewhere and get yourself 2 gallons of distilled. Checking for leaks, making sure nothing's rubbing. Nothing under there leaking. A little tight. What happened, from moving the transmission lines, I put a pinhole in one of the lines and split transmission fluid. So I just cut it with a tubing cutter. I ran the napper and purchased a rubber line, 3/8 line for the transmission. You have to use specific line made for that fluid. Just don't use fuel line or heater line. All right, let's take this for a test drive. Okay, that's Grace, the daughter brakes part. Say hi, Grace.
I'm good at that.
And she's transferring her stuff and riding equipment from our one antique to our other antique, both classics. All right, it was a success. Take care, friends.